Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss cultural traditions and their importance in society. Our main idea is that cultural traditions play a key role in shaping people's identity, but they may also need to evolve over time. Personally, I believe traditions are important because they connect people to their history and values. What do you think?
I agree with you. Cultural traditions are essential because they give people a sense of belonging and help maintain cultural identity. For example, traditional celebrations bring families together and reinforce important values. Without traditions, culture might lose their uniqueness.
Okay, classmate, I understand your point, but I think some traditions can be limited. In some cases, traditions are based on outdated beliefs that don't reflect more modern society. For example, certain traditions may reinforce inequality or restrict personal freedom.
That's an interesting perspective, Jeanette. I think traditions should not disappear, but they should adapt to modern values. For example, some family traditions have changed to become more inclusive. Lara, do you think it's possible to preserve traditions while also making them more flexible?
Yes, I think that is possible. Traditions can evolve without losing their meaning. For example, some cultural celebrations now include new practices while still respecting the origins. This allows people to stay connected to their culture while adapting to social changes.
Okay, I get it, but I am not completely convinced. Sometimes changing traditions too much can make them lose their original purpose. However, I do agree that some level of change is necessary, especially when traditions negatively affect certain groups of people.
That makes sense. I think cultural differences also play an important role. For example, in some cultures, traditions are strictly followed, while in others, people are more open to change. In Colombia, many traditions are still very important in daily life. How do you see this in other cultures, Laura?
In some countries, traditions are less strict, and people have more freedom to choose whether to follow them or not. This can create a balance between tradition and individuality. However, in more traditional societies, people may feel more pressure to follow cultural expectations.
Yes, I think globalization is also influencing this. People are exposed to different cultures, and which can change how they see their own traditions. Sometimes this leads to a mix of traditions, but it can also cause some traditions to disappear.
That's a very good point, Jeanette. Do you think globalization is more positive or negative for cultural traditions? Personally, I think it can be positive because it allows people to share and learn from different cultures.
I agree that globalization has positive aspects. It helps spread cultural traditions and allows people to appreciate diversity. For example, international festivals and food are now popular in many countries.
Okay, yes, I see your point, but I think globalization can also be negative. It can make cultures more similar and reduce cultural diversity. Some traditions may be replaced by more global or popular practices.
In conclusion, I believe cultural traditions are essential for identity and social connection, but they should also evolve to reflect modern values and promote inclusivity.
I completely agree. Traditions are important to preserve culture, but adapting them can help keep them relevant in today's world.
Okay, yes, but I think both ideas are important. Traditions should be respected, but also questions when necessary to ensure they align with current social values.